Hello, boxing fans. Thank you for joining me once again on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And we've got quite a few stories from around the world. Let's start off with a quick little ditty out of America. A fight taking place at the Carib Royal Resort in Orlando, Florida, that Mike Orr, Knuckle Up, has been talking about. He's profiled quite a few of these fighters, so I had a quick look to see who was fighting. Headlining was Luis Nunez going up against Carlos Arrieta, but the fight also stars Starling Castillo, Otar Ernestian, Edwin De Los Santos, William Foster III, Sharnard Bunch, Jagashian Tibet, Elvis Figueroa, Ryan Adams, Derek Jackson, Mike Mazzola, Robert Ramirez, Rodolfo Puentes, Ali Ismailov, and he's going toe-to-toe against Israel Dufus, which looks to be a big heavyweight bout. That's promoted by Samson Boxing, as I say, out of Orlando, Florida. And the people down there are surely looking forward to that great card. Anyway, moving on. Quickly, we will see that Thai boxer Shriskat Sor Rungvisai and Mexican Carlos Cuadras will face each other for the World Boxing Council Super Flyweight title on February 5th. The venue is yet to be announced, but it'll take place in the United States. And this is a long-awaited fight between former world champions and a rematch between the two. Cuadras won the first time around in 2014 by technical decision, so this is keenly anticipated by both fighters, who submitted their 30-day pre-weigh-in prior to the rematch. Cuadras weighed in at 57.2 kilograms, while Sor Rungvisai registered 57 kilograms or 125 pounds. So there you go. Another decent fight coming up. Again, somewhere in the United States to be announced, but we look forward to that. In interesting and sad news around the world, talented bantamweight boxer and WBC international champion Pakistani Kash Farouj has been forced to hang up his gloves at the age of 26 due to health issues. Cash was prepared for a rematch against Scotsman Lee McGregor this year, but the surprise decision was confirmed in a statement from St. Andrews Sporting Club. They said, "It will be a shock, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we regret to announce that Kash Farouj is hanging up his gloves and is retiring from professional boxing. We are truly honored to have had the privilege of guiding the bantamweight throughout his career, from his professional debut in October 2015 to his last fight last August. Although the champion will not fight again, he will remain in the sport as part of St. Andrews Boxing Sporting Club team." Elsewhere, we see that Noel Mikhailian will headline the NK boxing event in Latvia, taking place on Saturday, February 12th. The Armenian-German cruiserweight, who's 25-2 with 11 knockouts, will face the Democratic Republic Congo's Yuri Kalenga, who's 27-6 with 20 knockouts, for the WBC silver title in this night's main event. Mikhailian, a former WBO international cruiserweight champion, will be performing for the first time since joining Pro Bellum's ranks last month. He said, I'm very much looking forward to returning to the ring and competing against Yuri Kalenga, who is an experienced fighter. After signing for Pro Bellum in December, my immediate focus turned towards ensuring I'm in the best possible shape for my next bout, and that will certainly be the case. After a long time out of the ring, I'm eager to remind the boxing world of my capabilities, and I will be ready for the fight next month. Good for him. Speaking of Scotland, we see that Kynoch Boxing has they're going to take an event to the Trump Turnberry on Saturday, 19th of February. Kynoch Boxing will return to the Trump Turnberry. That's a resort up in Scotland with a fantastic lineup. Main event features Stuart Burt versus Corey McCulloch, and that's for the Scottish welterweight title. On the undercard are the names Aaron McGarvey, Darren Johnson, Elliot O'Donnell, and Hayden Hill. Kynoch are also working on some further additions to bolster up the event undercard. And tickets are on sale now if you're over there in Scotland. Elsewhere, we see that RJJ Boxing, that's Roy Jones Jr. Boxing, has extended their agreement with UFC Fight Pass through 2022. RJJ Boxing was the first boxing promotional company to sign a live and exclusive streaming deal with UFC Fight Pass. And they say working alongside UFC Fight Pass truly has been a tremendous experience in and of itself. That was their president, Lisa Veltri, who said that. Teaming up with UFC organization has made the past few years more enjoyable. The UFC Fight Pass team made each show that we produced fun, which helped us love what we did even more. It's interesting to note during the past 3 years, despite COVID-19 restrictions and the boxing shutdown at one point, there have been 29 installments of RJJ Boxing on UFC Fight Pass, originating from 4 different countries: United States, Mexico, Russia, and Japan. And from the United States, they tell us that seven different states taking place: California, Florida, Washington, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and Mississippi have all held bouts. We could have easily thrown up our hands during the pandemic and closed the doors, Velche remarked. Instead, our organization rallied together along with other promoters, and we pushed forward to keep Roy Jones Jr. Boxing relevant within the boxing community. Taking our events to various cities in Mexico was a slight challenge due to the restrictions put on us because of the COVID-19. For example, no fans, travel restrictions, COVID testing. But we are bigger and better than ever, and a huge part of that is due to our deal and Adele O Promotions, Terry Holland, and Guy Taylor. She said, I also want to thank our announcers for their contributions for the past few years. We've worked with Sean Wheelock and James Smitty Smith, who is our permanent blow-by-blow announcer. And we brought on Amber Dixon as the new color commentator. Demis Tribar is our lead ring announcer, and Chris Gazzetti from 21 Lakes has been our producer since our first event on UFC Fight Pass. Well, congratulations to them, and we look forward to more out of Roy Jones Jr.'s boxing company. And a quick look around the world for other headlines. We see that unbeaten middleweight contender Jaime Munguia and Demetrius Ballard have agreed to a deal to headline the DAZN show on February 19th. And under the headline of Boxers Speaking Out, we see that Keith Thurman is firing back at his critics, says he likes criticism. Let me just give you the headlines here. Keith one-time Thurman was riled up on Thursday in response to all the criticism he's been getting for his comeback after 2.5 years of sitting idle. Amazingly, Thurman says he likes the criticism he's been getting from the fans and the media. It's hard to believe him, though, because he was worked up today over the criticism he's been getting. Thurman's fighting Mario Barrios on March 5th on Fox at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas. People believe Thurman is over the hill and has been since he made his last comeback in 2019 after being out of the ring for 2 years. Thurman looked terrible in losing to Manny Pacquiao and having problems with fringe contender Josecito Lopez. The way Thurman struggled against Josecito in 2019 showed that he's lost a lot of the game from the fighter that he once was in 2016. So why is Thurman coming back? Fans don't see this as a pay-per-view worthy fight. That's one of the things that Thurman was defending on Thursday. He says that the reason why the fight card pay-per-view is that boxers accumulate damage. Boxing fans don't view the fight and the card itself as worthy on pay-per-view, particularly with Thurman handpicking 140-pounder Barrios, who's 26-1 with 17 knockouts, by the way, coming off a knockout loss to Gervonta Davis. The former WBA, WBC welterweight champion Thurman, who's 29-1 with 22 knockouts, says he's returning to take back his #1 spot as the best welterweight in the world, but the critics see his hidden agenda being to replenish his bank account. Woo! And so it goes on. Elsewhere, one last quick little comment here. Ryan Garcia blasts Pitbull Cruz, calling him Chihuahua after he rejects offer. This is, again, under the headline of Boxers Speaking Out. Ryan Garcia came out of the woodwork to kick dirt on his would-be opponent, Isaiah Pitbull Cruz, after his team rejected an offer to fight him in April. Ryan, 23, lashed out at Cruz on social media, saying he's more like a Chihuahua than a Pitbull. Classic stuff. I think boxing is probably one of the only sports I know of, and I follow quite a few sports that allows, shall we say, enables boxers just to say whatever they feel like about their opposition, as opposed to providing insightful comments and/or respectful comments. Anyway, that's all the news that's fit for today. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I look forward to seeing you this afternoon on Knuckle Up and later this evening on the Friday Night Film. Cheers, and we'll see you on Monday for more news.